happened. Like one very clear aspect that happened was white people talking about blues. That was a huge.
Yeah.
It was a remarkable step in at least contemporary music, so to speak. White people and blues were like, apples and oranges. So suddenly it made sense, and a lot of people started talking about it, and it just spread like wildfire among all the white people. So that I think was a significant development, at least in the Western music scene.
Do you have any idea if gospel music is close to African religious music in any way? So as to
No, it's not.
It's not at all.
I wouldn't say not at all. It's very possible that it could have definitely begun with some references to places like Ghana and Senegal, maybe even Kenya. But
at least the music sounds very different.
Yeah.
African music and gospel and
Melodically and rhythmically,
very,
it's nothing similar.
they're quite far apart, I feel.
Yeah, and the African rhythms and all are still
Yeah.
very, very complex and very intricate. I think there's a lot more commonality between African folk cultures and our folk cultures
Yeah.
and the desert folk cultures, etc., and all, than there is between the black people
In America.
who are, they are a way unto themselves now, right? And they've had to, for whatever reasons, they've been persecuted, and they've had it really, really tough, and they continue to have it tough. So they've actually had to carve themselves out into a virtually new kind of people, because they got freedom, but they got freedom into a world that they didn't know how to identify with, right? Into a thought process that was just genetically coming from somewhere totally different, right? And it's really interesting, but no matter where you would encounter a black person, you'd find that they'd say ask in pretty much the same way they'd say as axe. Right? It doesn't really matter, whereas a white accent would change drastically. Right? So they've had to sort of forge their way like out unto themselves, and I think a large part of that has been to just let go of what they left behind.